Agent X, aka Cycle Pelly 123 Gozy Bozen. Nomos, let us pedal away by numbers.
Welcome aboard, beautiful beings of light and vibration, as we embark on a harmonic journey through the resonance of sound, the adaptability of the human brain, and the infinite capacity of the human spirit. Today, let's explore an intersection of science and spirituality that whispers the secrets of our potential. A symphony of sound healing, neuroplasticity, and consciousness alignment. Now imagine this for a moment. Each beat of your heart, each inhale and exhale is a frequency, an energetic rhythm dancing within the cosmic orchestra of existence. Frequencies are vibrations. They shape us, move us, unlock layers of awareness we didn't even know existed. Stephen E., in his remarkable recovery journey, discovered this. After facing challenges that tested his spirit, he turned to sound healing. He immersed himself in the restorative vibrations of intentional frequencies. His body began to recalibrate, his mind expanded, and his emotions found equilibrium. Today, Stephen thrives, not through force, but through alignment. Dr. Lara Boyd, a neuroscientist reshaping how we think about the brain, validates this in her work with neuroplasticity. Did you know, dear listeners, that our brains are not static? No, they're as dynamic as ocean waves. Each thought, each behavior creates neural pathways that can be rewritten, like poetry etched anew on the sands of our consciousness. When Stephen E. harnessed frequencies, it was his entry point into rewiring neural patterns frozen by fear, doubt, and despair. But what are these frequencies doing? They perform a kind of vibrational alchemy. When sound enters our ears, it's more than hearing, it's feeling. It stimulates regions of the brain responsible for memory, focus, and emotion. Using sound healing alongside neuroscience, many are discovering how to reshape their neural circuitry toward emotional resilience and clarity. It's like your brain saying, I now remember harmony. Let me realign. This is where science bows to the sages of ancient philosophy. Eastern traditions have long known what Western labs are now measuring. Sound and consciousness are strands of the same thread. Vibrations ground us in the present, yet elevate us into expansive dimensions. Imagine tools like crystalline bowls paired with affirmational tones, helping you not only feel better, but be better. Wired for compassion, clarity, and connection. And the beauty of these discoveries is their simplicity. They invite us to be co-creators of our reality. You don't need expensive gadgets or hundreds of hours. A simple practice, mindful listening, meditative soundscapes, or guided tuning starts this process. Like Stephen, you too can recalibrate the whole system that is you. The question then isn't whether you can change. The question is, what do you want your melody, your specific frequency, to echo across this life? Reflect on that as we continue. Take a moment, beautiful souls, to reflect on this. The essence of life, its struggles and victories, leaves its footprints on the delicate pathways of our minds. When we talk about chakras, their frequencies, or their alignment, we're diving into a dialogue of harmony that resonates not just with energy centers, but the language of our very neurons. Chakra frequencies. Let's tune into this idea for a second. Each one sings to its own specific hertz, from the secure grounding 396 hertz of the root chakra to the enlightening 963 hertz of the crown chakra. These are more than numbers. These tones act like keys on the great piano of our being. When struck correctly, they unlock doors to wellness, self-discovery, and a kind of unshakable resilience. When Stephen E. rediscovered his balance through sound therapy, he didn't just hear sounds. Oh no, he resonated with them, realigned his system with the internal symphony these vibrations play. Picture this, the soft hum of meditative tones flowing through his spin sessions. The impact was more than physical, though the physical responded so beautifully. It began to feel purposeful, guided. Recovery doesn't just come from external effort. It flows when inner and outer worlds are in sync. This is where the science enters the scene with its bright lights. Neuroplasticity, as revealed in the incredible work of Dr. Lara Boyd, shows us how malleable and breathtakingly adaptive our brains really are. This isn't some abstract scientific theory. It's a truth written into our biology. The tuning forks of meditation and sound healing weren't just remapping Stephen's chakras. They were helping him rewire his brain from stagnation to growth, fear to freedom. You see, these practices bring coherence between heartbeats, between breaths, between thoughts themselves. They remind the body and mind how to collaborate. And the brain, in its remarkable fluidity, remembers how to grow, how to heal. Think of rhythms regulating brain waves, cascading down to calm the nervous system while allowing inspiration to rise simply through vibrational alignment. Stephen's sessions were an experiment in this very alignment. By merging his fitness practice with calming and restorative frequencies, his recovery leapt beyond expectations. Why? Because when the body finds harmony, the brain says, "Let me support this." Neuroplasticity, guided by vibration, becomes the silent engineer of this process. So, friends, what frequency calls out to align with your essence? What might you unlock by attuning yourself to the resonance your energy centers are quietly whispering? Don't let these be just fleeting thoughts. Carry this question with you as we delve even deeper into how your brain, your mind, can transform through something as simple and as profound as learning. So let's dive deeper, my radiant listeners. Neuroplasticity, one of the most wondrous abilities of the human brain, is not just a scientific term. It's a gateway to becoming more, evolving beyond the stories our minds have told us. Dr. Lara Boyd, an innovator in brain science, illuminates this transformative concept. She explains that our thoughts, our actions, and even our challenges, yes, even the struggles, can physically reshape the neural connections in our minds. Now, picture your mind as a lush forest. Every thought, every action is a path. Repeated thoughts carve trails, and these trails over time can become roads. Neuroplasticity is the process of deciding which paths to nurture and which ones to let nature gently reclaim, redirecting your mind toward growth, peace, and resilience. Lara's work suggests that focused attention is one of the keys to this rewiring. You see, when you fully immerse yourself in a moment or task, it's as if your brain whispers, "This matters. Let's strengthen this pathway." One way to practice this is through constraint, intentionally cutting away distractions and letting your awareness saturate one task, one emotion, one breath. In this stillness, transformation takes root. Bianca, a dear friend of our journey, harnessed these tools when helping her foster daughter, a child recovering from past wounds, discover resilience through learning. They practice something as simple as mindful coloring while listening to calming tones. Those small moments, those first brush strokes across the page, became the building blocks of a new story in the young girl's life, a brighter narrative. That's neuroplasticity in action, reshaping not just the mind, but the possibilities. But let's talk tools you too can hold in your hands. Guided meditation is one. Some think of it as simply stilling the mind. But how about this? Think of meditation as training the mind to speak a new language, a language of healing, of peace, of curiosity. Pair this with sound therapy, a symphony of frequencies like the pure tones of 417 hertz, or maybe the soothing cadences of the upper solfeggio scales. These aren't just sounds. They are facilitators, co-producers of your brain's reconstruction project. There's no need to make this complex. Start with 5 minutes. Let a single tone resonate as you journal a thought or simply breathe with your hand over your heart. These simple acts ignite the malleability of our neuroplastic minds, helping you rewrite not just neural pathways, but emotional narratives too. And what's so empowering, dear friends, is that your brain, your true collaborator, is always listening, always ready. When you tell it, grow here, heal here, it listens. Dr. Boyd's research even uncovers how the brain adapts for recovery after strokes, teaching us the most incredible lesson. Nothing is beyond change, not even after the greatest challenges. As we prepare to step into the realm of quantum physics in our next chapter, I encourage you to reflect on this. How might your brain's adaptability alter the way you show up to life? What new trails could you carve today? Remember, it's not just about changing yourself. It's about evolving into the most aligned version of who you've always been. And here we are in the crescendo of our journey to the heart of human potential. Let's unpack the profound truth that binds quantum physics, ancient philosophy, and the vast chambers of our consciousness. We have explored frequencies, neuroplasticity, and resilience. Now let's examine how they converge into the art, the science of becoming. Quantum physics brings us to the edge of what we know and gently whispers, there's more. The principles of superposition, for instance, suggest that particles exist in many states until observed. This observer effect isn't just some abstract concept. It's living proof of our impact, our ability to influence reality by focusing our awareness. What happens when we bring that awareness inward to the canvas of our own lives? Ancient Indian philosophies like the Upanishads have long echoed this. They remind us, you are the seer, not the seen. You are the witness, not what is witnessed. Descartes' coito ergo sum resonates with this truth. I think, therefore I am. But it's more than thinking. It's awareness, presence that defines our being. Both the ancients and modern thought converge here. Consciousness shapes reality. Stephen E.'s story embodies this. Through sound healing and mindful spin sessions, he shifted not just his physical state, but the very fabric of his perception. He became an observer in the quantum sense, noticing, choosing, realigning. And in that act of choosing, his healing accelerated. The vibrations he applied weren't random. They were intentional tools to awaken his being. Each resonant tone, each mindful breath aligned him, not just with recovery, but with a renewed sense of potential. Even neuroscience, a field rooted deeply in the tangible, affirms that perception isn't passive. Every thought, every focused moment reshapes our neural networks. We find clarity, stability, even joy, not by waiting for external change, but by cultivating it within ourselves. Dear listener, your mind holds a garden of possibilities, waiting for you to choose which seeds to water. Imagine how sound amplifies this process, like sunlight breaking through a canopy, nurturing the neural seeds of growth and adaptation. The harmony of vibration, when integrated with intention, creates coherence between your emotions, thoughts, and actions. This coherence, as science tells us, strengthens emotional resilience. And as the sages have long known, it illuminates a path to peace. In this chapter of life, the question isn't just about what's possible. It's about integration, about understanding that we are part frequency, part brain, and part soul. The symphony of these components resonates not just in one life, but ripples outwards, shaping the shared field we all inhabit. So, as this episode concludes, I leave you with a reflection. What will you observe into existence? What will your intention nurture? And how will you, unique and infinite, expand into this human experience? The wave doesn't apologize for crashing on the shore. It simply does, knowing it is both part of the ocean and its own singular rhythm. Like the wave, you too are one with the infinite potential of life. And with that, radiant beings, I thank you for tuning into this harmonizing journey. Stay intentional, stay resonant, and until we meet again, may your days be filled with vibrant frequencies that align your mind, body, and spirit. Peace and vibrations always.
Spin Dream Fan! Life Agent X, aka Cycle Pelly 123 Gozi Bozen. No most. Let us pedal away. By numbers.